Time is a very critical factor. This popular saying says, time waits for no man, and that is true. Unfortunately, a lot of people say this, but people don't really understand what that saying means. Time waits for no man. It's a ticking factor. It keeps going. So you have to wait on time. Her parents had to wait for us to be born. 9 months. It's not a joke to carry pregnancy. I've carried pregnancies. And I know that it's no joke. I remember how I earnestly looked forward to birthing my children. It's not easy to wait on time. It's not easy. And when it comes to your purpose, your dreams, especially when God is talking to you, a lot of people right now are at that place where they're confused. They don't even know what to do. Some know what to do, but they're just waiting on the right time to move. The Bible says there is time for everything, a time to be born. There is a time for that project to be birthed. That thing God has told you to do. Time is critical. But what do I want to talk about today? It's the preparation phase. You just have to be prepared. And I'm going to use this very short story. The 10 virgins. They knew the bridegroom was coming. 5 prepared. 5 did not prepare. Probably they were confused, time mismanagement, whatever issue they had, but they were not prepared. They started their preparation at the wrong time, and guess what? The bridegroom came and went away with the ones that were ready. So you just have to keep keeping up with life. You have prayed, God has spoken, but you're waiting for that definite time. It's going to come. God never leaves his children confused. Going by my personal experiences and my stories, there were times I waited and it seemed like God was not forthcoming with a very definite answer, even though I knew what to do. But I kept waiting, I kept preparing, I kept planning, I kept taking steps, I kept putting things together. And then one day, God will just speak, and he will speak in any way. I don't know how he speaks to you. And then it will click, and then I will move. What you do not want to happen is for you to just keep waiting in vain, and then you're not ready. And then when the time comes, you're not prepared for that role. Some of us, some of you, you need to go to school. Some of you, you need to take certain certifications. Some of you, you need to go and learn a trade. I don't know what applies to you, but time is critical. Time is critical when it comes to marriage, when it comes to purpose. Everything about life is critical, and you do not want to mess up with time. A lot of us are wishing that, we could go back in time and correct certain things about our lives. I particularly am talking from a very painful personal experience. There is a decision I made several years ago in my life. I wish I could go back and relive those years and make the right decision. But unfortunately, about almost 20 years have gone by. Thank God for his mercy. I can only trust God going forward. But I tell you, a lot would have been different if things I was supposed to do then, I did, and I obeyed God. Time is an important factor. Don't just sit around and do nothing. Don't just sit back and just watch the time tick. It is critical in your life, in the lives of your children. It is very critical. My son and I got into a discussion, and he was like, Mommy, I cannot be 1 minute early, I cannot be 1 minute late. I just have to be on time. How do I balance it? I said, you have to wait on time. You have to wait. Time will not wait for you. You have to put yourself in that position whereby you were prepared. It was waiting on the school bus. And the school bus had left because he was just walking and the school bus just rolled past and didn't wait for him. And I said, that's a big lesson. Next time you should be right there where the school bus will pick you up. It is called the waiting period. It is not easy, and I'm telling you. But while you wait, there are lots of things that you can do that will get you prepared even for more things to come in your life. I remember when I came into the United States of America. A new terrain, a new country. I was new to this process. I didn't know anything. All I had was God, and I still have that God. Glory be to the name of God. But I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I was going somewhere, but I just had to start from a place, and I did not waste 1 ounce or 1 bit of time. And because I did not, things kept falling in place for me. And God kept showing me, if you had delayed in doing this, you would have been caught up with this. Remember we had COVID? There were steps I took that if I had not taken those steps, it would have been very difficult, almost impossible for me to run through the same process during the COVID time when there was lockdown, complete lockdown in the United States. It was not a funny period. But I have learned in my life never to joke with time. I have learned, and I kept taking my baby steps. I kept moving until I reached that particular goal. And it still applies to several other things. So if you're a youth and you come by this video, please don't joke with time. That time you have right in your hands now, you can achieve a lot with it. There are people here today, they wish they could have certain things and certain people in their lives, but they have not equipped themselves with what they need to possess those possessions. Let me talk about relationships. There are people who wish, oh, I wish I could be married to that person. Oh, well, love is good, but let me tell you, when it comes to real life issues, love is not enough because you need to eat. And the person you want to marry has a vision, has dreams, and your goals have to align. So you can have that feeling, oh, but you have to have prepared and put yourself in that position whereby you can lay your hands on certain things, and those things will agree to you. As per relationship wise, I've made that as an example and say, I can trust myself. I can trust you with my future in God. But if you have not put yourself in that situation, it will pass you by. Because guess what? The fact that you love somebody cannot ruin that person. You cannot ruin somebody. That's why they say love is not enough. It's just an example. So in closing, time is critical. Make use of every minute, every second. You have to be purposeful about your life. You're a girl, you're a boy, you're a man, you're a woman. Even if you've made mistakes in time past. I have made my own mistakes like I told you. It is still not too late. So far, you've got the breath of life. You can still correct a lot of things. And I am reaching you through this medium just to say, it's not over until you quit. You have not failed until you quit. Until you drop that baton, you are still in the race. So keep running the race and know the time is not going to wait for you. You have to wait on time. God bless you, and thank you for joining my broadcast. Have a very wonderful and a beautiful rest of your day till I come your way again. My name is Bukky Adediran. Goodbye for now.